Alright everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today's topic I wanted to tackle, I've been seeing a lot of ads on Facebook and all over the place really. You'll see a sad looking picture of usually like a pit bull or a big mean nasty dog. And it will be like, pit bulls, they're unfairly discriminated against. They get a bad rap because they're pit bulls. It's not because of what they've done. It's because people are discriminating. And a lot of what they use, a lot of the same speech dynamics and language as if hating a breed of dog is racist. I want to make it clear right now. The title of this video, breed discrimination is not racism. We hate pit bulls, Rottweilers, German Shephards, Huskies, and Mastiffs. And we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about why we hate these things. It's not for no reason. It's not unfair. And it is for a reason, and it is fair. So, come on, work. Different breeds of dogs are not the same thing as different colors and races of people. One of the main focuses of this channel, as I stated in my first video, was to talk about big vicious dogs and their attacks. As much as I despise the little ankle biter pieces of crap dogs and the diseases that they spread, the offensiveness of their mutations and how the small dogs, they're basically big yappy rats. As offensive as they are, the biggest threat I believe we currently face to our own safety and well-being is the bigger vicious dogs. Breed-specific legislation is often approached from the standpoint of you wouldn't discriminate against a person based on their gender, the color of their skin, etc. So why would you judge a dog based on their breed? They want to make that comparison, that hating a dog because of its breed is the same thing as hating someone because they're black or because they're Hispanic or white or whatever, whatever color you'd like to throw in there, however they'd like to divide us. People who advocate end breed discrimination do so from a standpoint that not all humans are the same, so not all dogs are the same. Therefore, it's not okay to judge a dog based on its breed. It's all about how you raise him. Judging a dog based on its breed is, in their eyes, racist, or the equivalent of racism. Now, before we go any further, I got to put this out. Racism is wrong. The idea that you can identify a person's character by the color of their skin is an idea that many people can't get past. There are still a lot of racist people in this world, and whether it was their upbringing, their experiences, or whether it is actually the fault of a system that is dead set on dividing everyone into groups based on their gender, their skin color, their sexual preference, or what have you, it's wrong to spit in someone's face and rule them out and treat them with hostility before you've even gotten a taste of their character. Even if you don't ever plan to invite them to your home or hang out with them, we don't all have to be friends, but we do have to live with one another in this world. And to do so peacefully is in all of our own best interest. Each person, and I wrote this and I believe this. I didn't copy this from anything. I believe this and I'm pouring my heart out here for you. So, it might sound corny, but this is how I feel. Each person is a unique individual, and we as humans have been given the intelligence to know the difference between right and wrong, and the free will to make that choice. You can choose to do right or wrong. And you're smart enough where you can comprehend the difference. For you to say that because of their skin color, gender, etc., that they will always make the wrong choice and that I'm going to treat them as hostile, refuse to talk to them, refuse to associate with them. It says way more about your negative character than it does about theirs. Also, because humans have so many different talents and abilities and personalities, capabilities across the board, it separates us from animals. It makes us better than animals, than any animal. And to compare judging the threat level of a person based on their skin color to judging the threat of an animal based on its size, its strength, and the numbers, because we live in a day and time where information is available. The numbers on how often that specific mutant attacks, to compare that to judging someone on their skin color is foolish. I will not accept anybody making the comparison of breed discrimination to racism. Anti-dog people are not being crazy, racist, or unfairly discriminating. Now, if you can label someone as crazy, racist, homophobic, fill in the blank, you can then attack their credibility and by extension the rest of their arguments. It is one of the most common forms of arguing done today, and the technical term for it is called character assassination. All right, we got a bit left. Character assassination is a deliberate and sustained effort to damage the reputation or credibility of an individual. If you can shoot down someone's character, then none of their arguments will be given any credibility. Dog nuts will often result to this right off the bat. If you don't like dogs, your character is wrong. It's flawed, because how could you hate something that's so pure and so innocent and so loving and blah, 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 blah. Okay. In their mind, if you don't like dogs, something is immediately wrong with you and your character, and then nothing else that you say will mean a dang to them, because they've already put up their guard, they've already put up their mental defenses, and they're going to dismiss anything that you say. The way to get past this is to use facts, statistics, and make them hear these facts. And when the rubber meets the road, the facts are so available and so easily obtainable just by a Google search. Don't let your argument with dog nuts be just your own opinion. Don't let your own opinion have any bearing on the conversation should it arise. Be completely fact-based, statistic-based, and do your research. That's exactly what we're going to do right here. The difference between hating a dog breed and being racist, okay? I shouldn't have to spell out the difference between hating someone for nothing that they have done and only the color of their skin. Like, you can't help what color or race you are born. You have no control over that. None of us do. No one ever has. However, when we deal with dog nuts, we cannot take anything for granted, so unfortunately, I'm going to have to spell this out. The human brain is an incredible thing, and your brain's storage capacity is considered virtually unlimited. Research suggests the human brain consists of about 86 billion neurons. Each neuron forms connections to other neurons, which could add up to 1 quadrillion connections. Like, it's hard to imagine a quadrillion anything. Over time, these neurons can combine, increasing your storage capacity. Humans have unlimited capability. A human can speak to you and use language, think, ponder his or her own existence. A dog is an animal. It's an animal that in the wild it eats dead carcasses. You hear the term dog eat dog world often, and that comes from the fact that a dog will eat its own species without hesitation. A dog will eat its own master while the dog food is still available. A dog cares only about food, and because a dog's brain is biologically not the same as a human's, you don't need to worry about whether that dog has thoughts or dreams or character of its own. It does not. You only have to worry about the size the breed and the killing power that that dog has. And we hate the dog breeds that have the most killing power and aggression for that reason. So, we don't hate dogs of certain breeds because we're being discriminating or we're being the equivalent of racist. I'll tell you why we hate these dogs. Now, I debated long and hard about putting this picture up because I don't normally take the liberty of putting someone's face on my presentation, but the gloves are off right now. I got this picture off, I want to say it was dogsbite.org. This is Kara. She was killed by the family pit bull on her 4th birthday. Why do we hate pit bulls? According to the ASPCA, today's pit bull is a descendant of the original English bull baiting dog, a dog that was bred to bite and hold bulls, bears, and other large animals around the face and head. When baiting large animals was outlawed in the 1800s, people turned instead to fighting their dogs against each other. That came from the ASPCA, that didn't come from me. Here, I just said we got to be fact-based, and that's exactly what I'm doing. Pit bull is a term used in the United States for a type of dog descended from bulldogs and terriers. In some countries, such as the UK, it's used as an abbreviation of the American Pit Bull Terrier breed. Blah, 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 blah. So when people say that pit bulls make great companions, they do. If you're looking to use their aggression and their strength and their bite power to bite down on the face of a 2,000-pound bull or a 400-pound black bear, if you look at a pit bull on human injury, it really speaks to the nature that they were bred for. When, according to chp.edu, the most common victims are boys between 5 to 9, and children in general are most frequently bit where? In the face, the neck, and the head. These dogs have it bred into them to be aggressive with large animals, with bears and bulls. And people think they can just turn it off like a switch. Oh, well, you got to train it to not attack. I want an animal that could attack, and I want to tame the animal, and then that way I can prove how dominant I am over this animal. I've overcome this powerful animal. They think they can train it out of the dog, and they blame bad owners, annoying children, everything but the dog, when in reality, it's the fault of the one who committed the crime. According to dogsbite.org, our data, this is just a bit from dogsbite.org. I'm not going to read all of it. You can pause it and read it if you like. Our data were consistent with others in that an operative intervention was more than 3 times as likely to be associated with a pit bull injury than any other breed. Pit bulls, okay? We as anti-dog people despise all dogs, but the pit bull is the worst because of the level of aggression. The dog people, the ability to cause damage and the rate at which they attack unprovoked. We hate your pit bull because it is an animal that was bred to be deadly, and you think that with your intelligence you can train it to go against its instincts to attack, but you cannot fully do that. And oftentimes it ends with someone who isn't a dog nut, or a child, or an innocent bystander being brutally and savagely mauled. Pit bulls are priority number 1 to get rid of and present the highest threat level out of any dog. Pit bulls deserve every ounce of hate that they get plus more. What about Rottweilers? According to the American Kennel Club, Rottweilers were originally drovers, meaning their job was to protect cattle and other livestock from wild animals. Today, the Rottweiler participates in herding events and can keep up with the sheepdogs and shepherds in the field. That's the American Kennel Club. That's not me. Again, we're going off facts and off, you dog nut experts. So Rottweilers were bred to fight wild animals away from livestock. They had to be agile enough to keep up with the herd. So they're not only strong, but they are fast and agile. Rottweilers probably have the second hottest seat right now, only to pit bulls. Rottweilers actually have an even stronger bite than pit bulls at 328 pounds. That's about half of a shark's bite force. So basically speaking, if a Rottweiler bites down on any part of your body, unless you have a weapon, there is no way in this world you're going to be able to get it to let go if it doesn't want to. Even though the Rottweiler is in second place to the number of bites and deaths to the pit bull, the Rottweiler still has the same potential, if not more potential, to attack and to kill in the same way as pit bulls. And they do just that. Rottweilers are strong, fast, and they attack for no reason. And because of those reasons, we hate them. Why do we hate Mastiffs, German Shephards, and Huskies? I'm running low on battery here. I'm going to try and wrap this up. The Mastiff has the most powerful bite of any dog breed. At 552 pounds, more than double the bite of a pit bull. Right, you thought the pit bull was bad. Now the pit bull bites the most and it has the power to do damage. But the Mastiff, a dog that you can go and you can buy as many of them as you want, this dog can weigh over 200 pounds. Being bitten by a Mastiff is almost as bad as being bitten by a shark. Huskies have a bite of 320 pounds. German Shepherds come in close behind that at 238 pounds. The point of the matter, we hate the fact that these animals that have minds of their own are large and powerful and are owned by people who don't have the capability of stopping them if and when they choose to attack others. We hate that. Dogs are meat-eating animals, and because of the instinct to kill, attack, and be aggressive, it's in their DNA. The difference to why we hate these dogs the most is because if a Chihuahua tried with all its might, it most likely could not inflict an immediately life-threatening wound on an adult. They can still attack children and babies, but the smaller dogs pose less of a threat than the larger ones. We hate large, aggressive dogs because they have it in their DNA to attack, to kill, and eat dead things. No matter how much you train a dog using food as positive reinforcement, it can still snap at any time and turn on the ones who love it. And in the event that when it happens, the idiot dog owners are all going to say the same stupid thing that they always say. Oh, we never thought this could happen. This dog has never shown aggression. He or she was always a really loving dog. We've owned it since it was a puppy and never thought something like this could happen. It's all garbage, it's all foolishness, it's all sinful. Even today, dogs are used as weapons against criminals by the cops. Dogs are designed to be aggressive, all dogs. And they don't belong in the public, in your home, at parks, or in human territory, period. So until next time, remember, no one can tell you that dogs are not dangerous because they are. No one can shame you for hating dogs because hating them is normal, functional brain behavior, human brain behavior. The larger, more aggressive breeds of dogs present a greater threat than the small dogs of a life-altering attack. And you can also hate large dogs even more than small dogs. That is also common sense. Hating a dog because it has the ability to rip your limbs off with a bite force nearly equivalent of a shark. And the fact that its worthless, unsuspecting owner is not going to stop it. They're not going to be able to stop it. And even if, the dog goes for it, they're not going to stop it. Even if you somehow defend yourself from that attack, that same person who wanted to say those things, oh, we didn't think this could happen, blah, 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 they're going to add insult to injury, and more than likely, they're going to attack you in court and say that the dog was sweet and loving and how you acted unjustly. These are all very real risks, especially with these larger dogs. So remember, hating a breed is not racism. It is not crazy. It is not unfair. And you need to stay away from these big, worthless mutants. Until next time, love the sinner, hate the dog.